The conversation about olive oil has been going on for years, with strong arguments both for and against it. Some claim it's a heart-healthy oil, a staple of the Mediterranean diet, while others argue that it's nothing more than a highly processed fat that contributes to obesity and other health problems. But let's set aside the endless back-and-forth studies for a moment and focus on indisputable facts about olive oil. One undeniable fact is that both animal fats and vegetable oils are fats. All fats, regardless of their source, contain 9 calories per gram. A tablespoon of olive oil contains 13.1 grams of fat and has approximately 120 calories. That means if you are consuming olive oil regularly, you are ingesting a significant amount of fat in a highly concentrated form. While some may argue that olive oil is healthier compared to other oils, the reality is that it remains a liquid fat, which can contribute to weight gain. If you are overweight or struggling to lose weight, consuming olive oil is counterproductive. Many people believe that using olive oil instead of other fats will help them shed pounds, but this is a major misconception. The truth is, liquid fat, whether it's from olive oil or any other oil, keeps people stuck in their weight loss struggles. It is calorie-dense and promotes fat retention in the body. The role of olive oil in obesity. Studies have examined the effects of olive oil consumption, particularly in populations that heavily rely on it in their diets. For example, researchers have looked at overweight women in Greece, a country often associated with the Mediterranean diet. Ironically, Greece has the highest obesity rate among all European nations. When scientists conducted fat biopsies on obese Greek women, they found that 55% of the stored fat in their bodies came from olive oil. This suggests that olive oil contributes significantly to weight gain and fat accumulation. One of the reasons olive oil is problematic is its extreme calorie density. It is the most calorie-dense food we consume, with approximately 4,000 calories per pound. While some argue that it provides beneficial fats, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 in olive oil is 14:1, whereas we aim for a ratio closer to 4:1 for optimal health. Furthermore, recommendations suggest that no more than 7% of our daily caloric intake should come from saturated fat. Yet olive oil contains 14% saturated fat. That means pouring olive oil on food does not make it any healthier. On the contrary, it increases saturated fat intake, which can be detrimental to cardiovascular health. Does olive oil make a meal healthier? Many people believe that adding olive oil to their meals instantly makes them healthier. This is a widespread misunderstanding. For example, if a person prepares a salad with leafy greens, vegetables, and other nutrient-rich ingredients, it is already a heart-healthy meal. However, the moment they pour olive oil over it, they increase the calorie and fat content unnecessarily. The same applies to other meals. If someone eats a sandwich or a Mediterranean-style meal and believes that adding olive oil transforms it into a hearty dish, they are mistaken. The foundation of the Mediterranean diet's benefits comes from vegetables, legumes, fruits, and whole grains, not from olive oil. How oil affects your bloodstream. Another crucial point to consider is what happens inside the body after consuming olive oil or any high-fat meal. When you eat a meal of rice and beans, for example, your blood remains clear. However, if you consume a meal rich in fats and oils, your blood takes on a thick, cloudy appearance due to the presence of fat in the bloodstream. This condition is known as lipemia. While not everyone exhibits lipemia as drastically, every person experiences a wave of fat circulating through their bloodstream after consuming fatty foods. This means that if you eat a greasy pizza, a fatty burger, or even a meal cooked in olive oil, your arteries, liver, and heart register the increase in fat. The misconception that adding olive oil to a salad before consuming a high-fat meal somehow neutralizes its negative effects is simply not true. The body processes all fats, regardless of their source, and the impact on the blood remains the same. The effects of olive oil on arteries. Dr. Vogel conducted a study to examine the effects of the Mediterranean diet and olive oil on endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to expand and contract properly. In his study, participants consumed olive oil, after which he measured their blood flow using a blood pressure cuff. Typically, after deflating the cuff, blood vessels dilate to increase circulation. However, after consuming olive oil, participants experienced no increase in blood flow. This means that olive oil paralyzes blood vessels, preventing them from functioning normally. Over time, stiff and poorly functioning arteries can increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases, including heart attacks and strokes. The claim that olive oil is beneficial for heart health is misleading. If anything, the real health benefits of the Mediterranean diet come from antioxidant-rich foods like vegetables and fruits, not from the oil itself. Why olive oil is not a health food? It's important to understand that pouring olive oil on your food is still adding processed fat to your diet. The medical and nutritional necessity of consuming oil is highly questionable. While it may enhance the taste of food, it has no significant health benefits that justify its high calorie and fat content. Some people wonder, if I stop using olive oil, what alternatives do I have? The truth is, olive oil is primarily used for two things: sautéing vegetables and making salad dressings. Fortunately, both of these can be done without oil. Vegetables can be sautéed using vegetable broth or water in a non-stick pan, which achieves the same result without adding extra fat. For salad dressings, you don't need olive oil either. A simple, healthy alternative is blending fresh fruits and vegetables to create flavorful dressings. A combination of half an apple, half an orange, and a few nuts or avocado pieces can create a nutritious dressing without relying on processed oils. Additionally, flavored vinegar offers another way to enhance the taste of salads without unnecessary fat. A healthier approach to diet. Salt, sugar, and oil are not health foods. While natural foods contain small amounts of these substances, adding extra amounts to our diets leads to serious health consequences. The excessive use of salt, sugar, and oil in processed and restaurant foods contributes to the high rates of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. As a result, many nutrition experts and doctors are now advocating for a diet free of added salt, sugar, and oils, an SOS-free diet. Studies show that moderation does not work for most people. Once people start consuming oil, sugar, or salt, they tend to overuse it. Eliminating these additives from the diet entirely may be the best strategy for long-term health. Vegetable oils and their health effects. Olive oil is not the only oil under scrutiny. Other vegetable oils pose similar concerns. Dr. Klaper emphasizes that plant-based oils, while often marketed as healthy, are highly processed foods. No other species extracts oil from plants and pours it on food. This practice is uniquely human, and it may not be the healthiest approach to obtaining dietary fat. It is essential to differentiate between naturally occurring fats in whole foods and extracted oils. When you eat a walnut, avocado, or coconut, the oil is bound to the fiber of the food. As a result, it is slowly absorbed and processed by the body over time. In contrast, when you consume extracted oil, it enters the body in a concentrated, unnatural form, which can have negative health effects. Olive oil and insulin resistance. Another critical issue with olive oil and other vegetable oils is their impact on insulin resistance. Many people believe that diabetes is primarily caused by excessive sugar intake, but research suggests that the real culprit is often dietary fat. When we consume high amounts of fat, especially in the form of extracted oils, it interferes with insulin's ability to transport glucose into our cells. Dr. Neil Barnard and other leading researchers have demonstrated that fat accumulation inside muscle and liver cells leads to insulin resistance. When fat builds up in these cells, it blocks insulin signaling, preventing glucose from entering efficiently. As a result, blood sugar levels rise, and over time, this can contribute to the development of type 2 diabetes. Olive oil, like all other oils, is a highly concentrated fat. Even though it is marketed as a healthy fat, it still contributes to insulin resistance when consumed in excess. Instead of relying on olive oil, people looking to improve insulin sensitivity should focus on a diet rich in whole, plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. These foods provide essential nutrients and fiber without the added fat that disrupts insulin function. By eliminating or reducing olive oil consumption, individuals may see improvements in blood sugar levels, insulin sensitivity, and overall metabolic health. Should we eliminate oils completely? Dr. Klaper is not against dietary fats. He acknowledges their essential role in hormone production, skin health, and other bodily functions. However, he argues that the way most people consume fat is problematic. Instead of relying on extracted oils, he suggests obtaining fats from whole food sources: nuts, seeds, Avocados and coconuts provide essential fatty acids in a form that the body processes more efficiently. In conclusion, while olive oil is often marketed as a health food, the evidence suggests otherwise. Its high calorie density, negative effects on blood flow, and contribution to obesity make it a less than ideal choice for optimal health. Instead of adding oil to meals, individuals can turn to whole, plant-based sources of fat for better nutrition. By eliminating added oils, sugar, and salt from the diet, people can take a step toward improved long-term health.